Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm sure by now everyone has noticed that Mel Ford is no longer a part of the Joe Budden podcast. She has actually been replaced by Mona, aka Don't Call Me White Girl. A lot of people were confused or blindsided, while as others, they weren't really surprised. And although some people have mixed views about the whole situation, a lot of other people seem to be pretty happy in the comments from what I see. It seems like a lot of people were maybe over Mel, or she wasn't connecting like she was in the beginning. And a lot of people honestly see why Mona is there and see how it makes sense. And once again, it looks like Joe Budden has successfully replaced a cast member. And I just want to give him his flowers. One, for adding Mark Lamont Hill to the cast. And two, for replacing Melyssa with someone that I think is way more relatable. Even if you can't actually relate to some of the things Mona has been through, she is so open and honest that it already makes her more relatable than Melyssa. Now, I'm just going to give you a few reasons why Melyssa was just not working out and no longer a good fit for the Joe Budden podcast. So now, number one, I think Melyssa Ford has a little bit of the Drake effect. What I mean by that is, like Drake, she has been a part of the culture for so long that you would expect her to get things. But although she's been a part of the culture for so long, she did not really grow up in said culture. That's where the confusion would come, when sometimes it would seem like she just wasn't relating to things that everybody else was relating to, or she just couldn't understand or see the other side. When she was first on there, it really seemed like a good fit. It just seemed really refreshing to see a beautiful, intelligent woman. But even with that, early on, I knew this was just not going to work out well or last too long, because although she is a beautiful black woman, she is also a white woman. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a white woman or having a white woman on the Joe Budden podcast. But when I say that, I mean she has Karen tendencies. And I don't think a woman like that is going to be a good fit for this show, no matter what the race is. To me, anytime there was a disconnect or any confusion or one of her takes seemed wild, I literally was just like, what did you expect? Another thing that let me know it wasn't really going to work with Mel was she is a girl's girl, which is great. But this is like a guy-driven podcast, and I know there's a lot of female viewers, but me personally, when I come to the Joe Budden podcast or some of these male-based podcasts, I do not want to hear someone that just doesn't seem to get it. I kind of want to laugh with the bros, and I think that is why I believe Mona is the perfect fit, because she is a woman and she's there to give the woman's perspective. I like that she does not hold her tongue, and I like that she's just so free and so honest, but she's also one of those ladies that can hang with the guys and be a part of the guy group. And that's specifically what the Joe Budden podcast needed, and I feel like was missing. Lastly, I honestly feel like this was just an even split too. I think Melyssa wants to go more towards acting, or even doing her own podcast thing. And I think that Joe Budden found someone that actually works a lot better. Even him adding Mark Lamont Hill was showing you that he's already being his typical innovative self, and he's thinking about, how can I make this podcast better? It's already the best to me, but how can I make it better? So I do think this was just one of those natural things that kind of ran its course. I enjoyed Melyssa Ford while she was there, especially in the beginning. She was so refreshing, like I said, funny, smart, just an all-around cool woman. So I'm glad she was there, but I do think this was just kind of time to break up. And there are some people that don't like this change. They don't think that Mona is a good fit. Me personally, I think she's great. I see a lot of people saying her and Flip, that's just two way big personalities. Something crazy is going to happen. But I mean, there's always disagreements, debates, sometimes arguments on the Joe Budden podcast. I mean, when you're having good conversations, sometimes they are going to get heated. So far, though, I see the vision. I really wasn't up on her content before that, but I knew the name and the face. Don't Call Me White Girl. And I would see clips of her all the time. But Joe Budden has brought me to her, I guess, now, and I like her. I think she's sick. I think she's funny. I love how open she is. I feel like she keeps me laughing, and honestly, I am here to talk about some serious stuff, laugh, joke, but you really want to be entertained in a good way when you're watching or listening to these podcasts, and I think she does that. So I'm very excited to see what is next for the Joe Budden podcast. Y'all let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think about it? Do you think Mel Ford is gone for good? Do you think it ended on good terms, bad terms? Do you like Mona? Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.